Hello everybody, some more Binding of Isaac AfterBirth Plus. I'm going to do a straightforward, hopefully, Isaac run. C today is S2FJ29TH, and I think I saw, Basement XL, Curse of the Labyrinth. So obviously what I don't want to do is completely balk my deal with a devil chance before we even get anywhere. And of course the first thing I do is that I balk my deal with a devil chance before I get anywhere. I don't know how I feel about starting off a level or a run with Curse of the XL. I didn't really want to take that. Despite the fact that I think statistically it means that you potentially get less devil deal opportunities, or devil or angel deal opportunities depending on what you're going for throughout your run. You need a fairly kind first large floor to be able to handle it, and obviously if you get Curse of the XL 2 or 3 floors deep, it's not going to be so bad. Because maybe you've already built up some damage or some DPS or survivability, or you've got a whole bank of soul hearts to sort of cover your bases there a little bit. Yeah, but never mind. I've also had more than my fair shares worth of devil deals with pretty rough percentages, so sometimes this is a bit like a Darkest Dungeon conversation where don't get too hooked up on the numbers. So hopefully get something decent in the first item room at least. We've been really suffering with a couple of Maggie runs the last couple. That was a bad sentence all round. Last couple of Maggie runs have been real sufferers. What was down here? That's right, needed flying. I don't think there's anything more important in Isaac than getting some kind of momentum behind you. Either that be momentum through just straight DPS, or momentum in terms of survivability, so maybe you've got a Nord Leaf, or the Eternity card, which I think is actually called Prayer card, but something that guarantees you a constant supply of health, a Satanic Bible, or Book of Revelations or something like that. I think there's got to be a general theory in kind of roguelike terms that oh good god, he looks ugly. God, that's a bit distracting, isn't it? So yeah, just a general escape velocity momentum where you build up enough of whatever it is you need in that roguelike. Maybe it's damage or survivability or whatever the case may be. But you're able to craft a run that enables you to achieve escape velocity. Yeah, I'll use a bomb here. I'm not sure how good Spider Bite and Infestation 2 are going to be together. I don't know if they synergise particularly well. I might quickly run back to the shop and see if there's a cheap Soul Heart. Well, it doesn't even have to be cheap really, just if there's a Soul Heart in general. There's not, but I might try and increase my chances. It's 46%. There's going to be somewhat of a toss-up. So almost a coin flip, and providing I don't take stupid damage over the next couple of bosses. Hopefully that's not the case with Larry Jr. and if I get boxed in and I can't move out at all. Alright, seems to be going well so far, so far so gravy. And I think Little Horn is almost a mandatory basement type boss. And this is the variant that obviously just continually spits out the science balls. I must really learn what they are actually called. I think this is just a case of taking my time and not doing anything completely daft. Hopefully we get a few infestation spiders to help us out. So Matchbox was absolutely fine in there, and we get 3 red chests. Three red chests for this net gain of a Soul Heart. Not especially exciting, but not the worst thing either. I've no idea if the infestation shot or the spider bite shot is tied to your lock stat or whether it comes out at a fixed interval. Sort of riding the lightning and they're on a couple of these dodges. I think what Isaac has that many other roguelites don't have is that your run isn't necessarily tied to just having amazing damage. You know, there are plenty of other ways to survive. You can have combinations that will just give you amazing survivability rather than raw damage. And I think a lot of other roguelites that I've tried out, it's generally you need one of a certain stat, and that stat generally is damage to get you through. I think it also helps that Isaac is mostly fair. I say mostly because there are, and I know that Tyrone, I'm not sure if Ed does as well, but I believe Tyrone is quoted as saying that there is no guaranteed damage, that all damage is dodgeable. I think that's sort of patently untrue. You have multiple instances where mobs will spawn other mobs and those spawning points will be underneath you, which will give you absolutely no chance of being able to dodge or do anything to mitigate the damage that you take. Also, walking speed is a factor. Straight up, if you spawn into a room where mobs are not entirely on top of you but are almost there and you don't have the movement speed to get out of the way, well that's, you know, it's guaranteed damage just by a different name. Now maybe you can say that, well, that's more on the player's end, because, you know, it's largely down to the player to try and craft a run that is survivable. But you can only deal with what you get dealt. Dead Sea Scrolls, I think it's a troll item from memory. I certainly don't have any pleasant memories of using it. So I've taken it just to take it. I've got 2 diamonds here, so shop's worth a look. I can get up to at least 24 cents. So alright, got a secret room as well. Okay, so you pop 2 diamonds, peel mimic. So I'm guessing, I don't actually recall ever holding this item before. So I'm guessing what that does is that if you hold a pill in your hand, excuse me, dodgy spiders. If you hold a pill in your hand, then without using the pill, it will just copy whatever you've got in your hand. Probably could have held on to that 2 of spades and maximised it a little bit there, got a bit keen. So in comparison to the recent Maggie runs, this one's actually feeling pretty okay. It's not super powered, but the combination of Spider Bite and Infestation 2, yeah, that was... I kind of went around the horn the wrong way there. What was I saying? But yeah, it seems to be a fairly effective combination. Oh. Oh, never mind. Try and remember that for next time. Great, so Ragman and Regmega. So I'm going to try and focus on Ragman first. This is probably going to take a while, so settle in. I'm going to do my darndest to... Yeah, thanks for that. Try and ignore Ragmega as much as I can. If there's one change that I'd love to make It's Binding of Isaac, and I'm sure there's a mod that does this, is just to take out all these meme pills. Yeah, Retrovision. What a fantastic addition to the game that was. Yeah. Let's introduce an item that just gives everybody a headache. Straight up. So it doesn't seem like the Rag Mega beams are doing damage to either these Rag Spiders or Ragman himself, which is a bit unfortunate. And these spiders are taking a little bit to knock down all of themselves. And if I'm not careful, this could be a real HP hogger. It's taking what, 6 or 7 shots to get each spider down. Maybe even more, I don't know, it's quite hard to... Yeah. Okay, so Ragman's down finally. I'm just try and get rid of the spiders if I can. That's probably the best bomb I've ever placed in the Binding of Isaac. And I might have mentioned it on the previous episode, it might have even been in the last episode, but I have got a nasty habit of when I'm stressed in the game, or under pressure, probably more accurate, holding my breath. Which I know is obviously amazing for commentary. And that is something that I am very conscious of and I want to definitely get better at. It's much easier doing things off of a script, believe me. Yep. I think that was all on me, that one. I think I felt a bit too greedy. Thought I could make the dodge down in time before they had chance to fire. Never mind. So what do we need on this from? DPS or survivability. We don't have either at the moment. That's hilarious. You know, as freaky as the bigger ones get, and I think that was in the last episode too, where they just make this ungodly disturbing noise. The tiny ones are quite hilarious. Not so funny that I need to sit here and tank the damage though, but so we'll stop doing that. And get very crowded very soon here. I don't know on what basis the engine generates the floors, but I don't know if it's the case that it doesn't look at your stats at all, because I do wonder if it should, in the sense that it gives you a challenge, but it also means that if you have had no DPS upgrades, or if you've just worsened your stats, that probably, I don't want to say it should think twice about not spawning the void portals, but if you don't get any DPS upgrades at all, and you're in a tiny room or an awkward room with spikes or rocks, or it just makes dodging dodgy, very, then you can quickly see any advantage that you get and everyone go to complete plop. I don't know, maybe that's just overly the game's annoying sometimes. Let's make it easier. I thought I had Soul Heart. Did I lose a Soul Heart somewhere? I thought I... Never mind. Cracking up. So that was a not okay, or not okay, or how should I say, not terrible amount of damage from best friend there. Took me ages to figure out that watching for Gertie's tail, where he kind of does this little wink and starts to dock down, is when he's going to do his spray shot. I must admit I completely missed that that puffer fly had snuck down so far across the screen. I think this is now the third episode, maybe the fourth, where you just get no DPS upgrades whatsoever. But maybe this is just a feature of starting out a new save file. You haven't unlocked some of the better items yet. Yeah, we'll just keep Lost pinned down. I think she could break through though. Yeah, no, didn't miss a tinted rock there. That's fine. It doesn't help that I'm taking probably dodgeable damage that is screwing my deal with the devil chances. Yeah, that is definitely on me. Yep, I'm not going to complain about that one. Now, hopefully if I've done a half decent job of editing this, then you won't have noticed the interruption there. My wife phoning me from London. It's not really one of those calls that you can ignore. Well, you can, but you just get in trouble for it. I hate that these things are so affected by knockback. It's unbelievable that they take strange paths. Glad that that's over with. The room, not the phone call from my wife. Just in case she decides to listen to this. And this is one of those rooms where you just decide to pick a direction to fire in, and you keep doing that for a while, hoping that you hit something so you start clearing them out. Because if a couple of them decide to start leaping at a time, you cannot get enough effective shots in. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so that's back to the start, so we've done a little loop. Oh, come on, stop leaping. Seriously. It's another one of those, it's survivable, but it's just going to take a long time to get anything done runs. Have some of that. There you go. Of course, this well-placed skull is going to be the bane of my existence. Okay, don't need any of that. We went up, didn't we? Or we came from up? We came from up. Oh, brilliant. It's nearly a great room. Slogging it out in the binding of Isaac AfterBirth Plus. 29 minutes. On the depths one. Yep, deserved that. That was just dumb. Yeah, Liberty Cap seems fine. I'll take Converter just for the sake of taking Converter. And it looks like I've just gone down into a complete cul-de-sac, so that's always good too. Yeah, just take that. You can really feel it when any kind of enemy that is even slightly tanky or can rush you down is suddenly a huge problem. Do. Just not getting the items that are going to in any kind of way turn the tide. Your mum's contacts is another status effect style item, which is absolutely fine, there's nothing wrong with that. Is it going to win the run all on its own? Well, no, it's going to make it slightly more effective at killing enemies very, very slowly. But regardless, this room is still going to be, you know, just dodging training 101. Does it make it easier? Yeah, absolutely, it makes it easier. Yay, another double rag fight. Thankfully, Little Horn decided to be a bit of a bro about it and dunked Rag Mega for me, or Ragman even, so can't complain too much. And get the Mom transformation again. And on we go.
Puberty, explosive diarrhea.
Okay, keep your power pill. That might be good on the mom's foot fight. Pop that and then leave the trailing knife to deal some damage. But I am fairly concerned about the 2 later floors because we haven't completely unlocked Shoal yet, or the cathedral route. It's not even worth talking about the blue womb or the actual void floor itself just yet. Of course, I do need to figure out at what point I should start doing the challenges. I know a lot of them aren't that brilliant in terms of the items that they give you. A lot of them give, I think, the co-op babies. Yeah, I think settled in here, this is going to be another long route. And realistically, I don't know that there's much I can do about that, really. So we keep plugging away like the little train that could. I will say one thing for the game though, I never get tired of hearing the music. Personally, I think the soundtrack is phenomenal. We haven't found anything yet, no. It's very rare you can, I find, for me, and it's obviously a personal thing, that I can listen to something for hundreds and hundreds of hours and just not get to the point where I want to put my own playlist on. And of course, we've got Curse of the Blind, so go Aries. I'm not sure if that helps me at all. What do I want to do here? If I put you there. There we go, that was a lovely payout. So that worked out quite nicely. I think the name of the game now, at least here, is just going to be patience. Don't get impatient, do something stupid, cost yourself a run. I think in these early stages it's just important to get through to... And that was a fantastic idea, look at that. Stand on the spikes. But in the early stages, get your 13 or 14 kills, whatever it takes to unlock It Lives, and then get your shoal paths and your cathedral paths sorted out. And I think once you've done that, and then you've got the blue room reliably unlocked, you can start sort of figuring out more of a plan of action of taking off character post-it notes. Okay, near enough at full health. I think that was the mum's knife that got him there, or the trailing knife. That's where I go and lose half my HP on this sodding room. We're just here for a long time. Maybe a good time. Definitely a long time. But it's all part of the process. And we get a greed fight just because, you know. Couldn't just have left a donation machine. I mean, I would have been happy with that. Where am I going? So I need to go to the left. I guess I wasn't really able to get as much done as I wanted there. Maybe I misused it somewhat. I think that hit. I certainly noticed a chunk of HP going down there, so it seemed like a good play. Need to learn to breathe when I am trying to focus and not be stressed. Breathing is generally good. Yeah. Oh, we could just take 15 hits from this guy and that would be good too. Oh, bugger off. Belly button. Fantastic. All time. Top tier. Place your bets. What's this going to be? This is going to be Sister Maggie. Yep, Goppy's collar. At least there's that. 3/4 of an hour, we're now facing the last 2 floors. And it's an XL. Does that matter so much? Well, no, we're not going to get another deal with a double chance anyway. Unless I find a Joker card. I think my nightmare scenario outside of this room is something like the adversary. I think Mom's Heart is going to be hugely problematic. I don't think I've got enough solutions to deal with the problems that she faces, so I don't want to dump you there. I might be fairly surprised if I get out of this room, to be fair, because yeah. Okay, we know not to go up, and there's no hearts on the floor. This could either be extremely fortuitous or a bit of a tragedy. Let's try a different direction. Seems, oh, great, fantastic. Why's my rate of fire gone up? Seriously? I don't know why you would, but if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tell me how bad I am. I know it already. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you next time.